Good morning. 'Tis I, Mystical McKay, coming here this morning on this early Monday morning to guide you and myself through a body scan meditation. Body scan, right? This is probably one of my favorite forms of meditation just because it's something I did a lot. As a kid, when I would have anxieties, I would pay attention to other parts of my body so that the one part of my body that I was focusing so intensely on wouldn't, create so many sensations, I'm going to come on here. Hello, guys. Welcome. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you like these. These are probably going to be what I'm most excited about sharing on here, honestly, because I love me some meditation. So, meditation, body scan meditation, what the heck is that? Basically, you're going to be, you can have your eyes closed or your eyes open, preferably closed. And we're going to intensely, with the power of our beautiful minds, we're going to give all of our attention starting at one particular part of the body. Some people start with the feet, some people start with the top of the head, and then they go downwards. As long as you're keeping focus, at least 90% of your focus, and not letting your thoughts of other things take you down a journey, and you're just simply focusing on the part of the body, you'll start feeling very light, could be intense too, little tingles happening around the part of your body that you are focusing on. Even if you're not physically touching it, you can do that if that helps you. I might do that for a little bit when you're thinking about your head, placing your hand on your head to give it just a little bit more of direct physical attention. And then you can scroll down if you so choose, or you could just close your eyes and really deeply imagine what that part of your body looks like, okay? It's a really cool practice. It's a good way to get yourself aware of the consciousness of that part of your body, because every single cell in our body is a system that all works together, and you can actually tune into the energy field of just a specific part of your body by doing this. So it's really, really cool if you're open to listening. Hello. Thank you guys for being in here with me. So, we could get started. Let's start us off with just kind of becoming right here, right now. This is the only moment that really exists. Hello. Thank you for being here with me, my friends. It's a pleasure. So let's just sit here. Kind of maybe purposely reflect on the kind of experiences that we've had the past couple of days. Think about them. Think about how they've made you feel in the past. And then each of those moments, look at them, and even if you might not feel like the most jived about them, just take a moment to be I know that I might not see it in this moment, but I know that there is value to this. And then you can gently kind of just put those memories aside, literally in your mind, and then just turn your energy towards what's happening right here, right now, the aftermath of all of that, the product of everything that got you to here today. So just be very, very present. Notice how your body feels. Notice the sounds happening around you, the sensations, if you smell anything, if you see anything new wander your little eyeballs around, just kind of getting into that very present state. Notice that you're breathing and that your heart is beating, always. Even when you're not giving it any attention, you're still breathing and your heart is still beating for you because it loves you that much. And if you feel called to do so, you can give a little bit of gratitude to that. One of the organs we'll be giving our time and energy into, the heart. Just breathe into this moment for just a little bit longer, and then we can get started. Notice any parts of your body that might be a little tense. That's okay. Just let it. Let's do one more big diaphragmatic breath, okay? Right here, right now, in this moment. Should feel so good. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Here we are. I'd like you to, either with your eyes closed or with your eyes open, direct your focus to the very, very top of your head. If you have a lot of hair, you might even want to just, for a moment, think about your hair. I see a bunny out my window. Hello, little bun. You might just want to think about your hair for a moment, or maybe the first little top part of your head where your hair attaches. Give it your attention. Just be kind of like, hello, hello, head. And breathe into it. Get into the energy field of that particular part of your body, the top of your head. Right above where the head is where the crown chakra resides, which symbolizes our relationship to the divine, the non-physical. So maybe when you focus on your head, the top of your head, you feel kind of just like this strange, light as a feather type sensations. That's okay. Just experience it. See how intense you can allow that sensation to be if you just really focus on the top of your head. How crazy, right? And then when you feel like you got that down, then we can move slowly down to our forehead. It's kind of like the frontal protector for the brain. I weirded that so wrong. Just notice if there's any kind of, we usually hold a lot of tension up in our eyebrows, actually, our forehead area. We don't even realize it. So if you came up on here and you noticed, oh my gosh, everything's all scrunched up, like, invite it to release a little bit and just relax. Be like, nothing crazy's going on here. just coming in to say hello. Maybe you can give yourself a little massage if it's intense stiffness. And you can add the temples into that as well, kind of making a whole 360 from your occipital bone. Maybe not so much your occipital. Maybe we'll do that around the lips, but right here, you should be feeling like like you're wearing almost like a helmet because of how much energy you have kind of accumulating up in this area right here. And just breathe into it. Might even in this moment think about your brain too, since it's in the center of all of that. Just think about your brain. It's kind of a crazy thing to think about the thing that's thinking. Okay. So just sit there and maybe think about your brain, all the nerves up in there and the fatty tissue. Yeah, that's you. Maybe you can make your brain tingle a little bit. Just having an honest experience, tapping into the energy field. So when I think about my brain, or when I look into the energy of my brain, I feel a great sense of relief myself, personally, because the past couple of weeks, my brain has probably been the most negative that it's ever been, and then the past couple of days, things have switched around quite a bit for me. Some of it was my doing. And so I can kind of just feel like the relief of that in my brain right now. Just kind of like, oh, okay, we're not enemies as much anymore. So that's awesome. Thank you, brain. The brain is a crazy organ. All right. So you might have tapped into the energy field of your brain too, or not. You just kind of kept some loose or heavy focus on it. That's all right. We're going to move on down to the eyes, the eye holes, the eyeballs. Just really intensely give all of your time and all of your energy to your eyes. Breathe into them. Let them relax. Think about the color of them. What's the color of your eye? Is it a unique color? Is it a plain Jane color? How do you feel about your eyes? How do you feel about your vision? How do your eyes feel about you? Just notice. And just give some unconditional presence, really. You don't have to think anything about them, really. You could just sit there and notice that your eyeballs exist. Okay. Eyeballs, eyeballs, eyeballs. Should be feeling quite some interesting sensations happening in the face after this. Just breathe into them. And next we have the ears. Let's do the ears next. And we'll rotate to the back of the head too, but for right now we're just going to think about the two little phalanges that hang on the side of our face. Picture them in your mind's eye, just your ears. And you can either imagine like smearing some kind of white light cream or something on this part of your body to kind of give it that sensation of something to give your focus on. You can do that with any body part. Focusing on the ears, or you can imagine an angel coming down from heaven and just touching them and making them feel all light and tingly. Anything works. Ask your intuition, it knows best. Think about those beautiful ears. And breathe into it. The sense of hearing. Now let's move a little bit towards the occipital part of the bone in the back of your head, where your skull and your neck meet. And just gently put your time and energy into just that part of the body. Wow, okay. Part of my mind is telling me to move on to the nose, so that's what we're going to do. Direct all that energy into your nose. Think about how it feels. How does your nose feel? How do you feel about your nose? Do you like it? Have you thought some nice, not so nice thoughts about it before? If so, now is the time, right here and now, to just observe it, look at it, and be like, you know what? You're mine. And you're not forever either. But you're mine for now, for this time being. So I'm going to sit here and be with you, regardless of what you look like. Tingle, tingle. It's such a fun thing to explore in yourself. Then we can move into the cheeks, the little cheeky area, right here. Just feel your nice, happy little cheeks. Maybe if you frown, you can notice how they drag down, and then if you smile, it gets all bubbly. And then you can relax them and let them do whatever the heck they want. Cheeks, cheeks, cheeks. Okay, then we can move on towards the lips. The beautiful lips. I'm not very nice to my lips. I'll be quite honest. So now is my time to just look at them, see them, honor them, and just be like, you know what, girl? You're mine, and I love you. We can't escape each other in this lifetime. no matter how much silicone we inject into it. So just be with it. Breathe into your lips. Think about all the people you've kissed. Lips, lips, lips. Okay, now I'd like you to go inward a little bit and think about your gums, your teeth, your tongue. The tongue is such a important muscle in the body that I feel like gets the least amount of attention as far as any of the other parts of the body. So just kind of waking it up. Thinking about having healthy gums, healthy teeth, healthy mouth. Breathe into it. And imagine with each inhale and exhale, you're just getting quieter and calmer and more able to really give your energy to this. All right. We've given that some time. I feel like it's time for us to move on into the lower jaw of the face. Right here. Take a nice deep breath. Think about your jaw, or massage it. I hold a lot of tension in my jaw, so something is telling me that it needs a little bit of TLC. Jaw. The mandible, the largest bone in your face, is your mandible bone. Alright, so we've thought about our jaw. Now we're going to put all of our focus into the neck. Forward and back. Move it around maybe a little bit. And then we'll get right into it. Think about it. Notice the energy in it. And this is where our throat chakra resides. So anything involving speaking your truth or being honest or feeling open to express yourself, you're going to feel a little rockiness in this area. So just witness it and see if it is trying to tell you something. Just really focus on the bones, the nerves, the blood in your neck. Just let it feel how it feels. Then when you feel ready, we can move on down into, let's start with the top of your shoulders. Give all your energy towards the idea of your shoulders. Then for a moment we're going to slide down and think about the top half of our backs. That whole back area from the scapula, shoulder blade area, the part that I can't quite reach with my hands. Just think about it, Releasing, relaxing, receiving that gentle touch from either an angel or yourself in your mind's eye, letting it know that it can relax in this moment. Awesome. Then we can move on forward towards the front edge of that, our chest area. Right where the heart chakra resides. And I usually feel quite some intense sensations when I go over this part of the body, because there's just so much. It's the center of your being, really. So just notice that. You hear what's going on. Feel your bones. Feel your ribs from inside. The rib cage. The boobies. Yeah, they exist. Can't ignore them. Your heart, which resides so comfortably, so safely in the cocoon of your rib cage. And just right next to that is your lovely breathing tools, your lungs. The beautiful respiratory system that literally brings life to the other parts of your body. That's what it does. How cool, right? Okay. So just think of that. There's a lot going on right here in this little space. We have the shoulders and the arms that we haven't done yet that are attached to that. And then we have the rib cage. We have the beautiful heart. We have the beautiful mammograms. We have our lungs. So really, let's just take a moment to observe this amazing function that is constantly going on in our bodies. I'm going to take one big deep breath, just really observing and appreciating their work. Okay. Then we can move on. Let's start with the right arm first. We're going to kind of travel down the shoulder blade. And you can either start right there, kind of focus on the blade of the arm. Or if you feel like you kind of got that when you were doing the shoulders, then you can move on to the lower part of your arm down here. Just kind of notice it, feel it, acknowledge, accept everything that it's feeling right here in this moment. Think of all the muscles and the bones and the joints. And we can move on over to kind of the elbow, our little sensitive point in the arm. If you've ever been hit your funny bone, you know. I think everyone has at some point. Just kind of being like, hey, I see you popping and locking all the time. Thank you. And then we have the forearm area. Just kind of moving the energy, seeing how it feels. Notice any kind of emotions that come up when you're just simply, you could be just messing around with your arm, but then you get this huge wave of something and you're like, whoa, how does that just in my arm? Think about the wrists. And the hands. Your hands do so much all day. The palm of your hand. The back of your hand. All the tiny little bones. And the tendons. Tendons. Okay, so we're going to give one deep breath to our thumb. One deep breath for the pointing finger. One deep breath for the middle finger. My favorite finger. And then the ring finger. Inhale. And then we have the pinky finger of the right arm. And then with that, I want you to sit here and notice the difference energetically between your right arm in your left arm right now. There might be nothing, or you just might feel something just like a little bit different. Ask yourself what it is. Alright, then we can move on over to the left side of that nice shoulder. Notice how much rotation really goes on in this part of the body. Thank you guys for being here with me. We move this arm. And honestly, what I usually do when I do kind of meditations like this is I will imagine a bunch of goop being on my arm, and as I'm touching it, I'm kind of wiping it, and it's kind of smearing it, but then obviously little parts of the goop is like accumulating as and I kind of have to push it all the way through and out into my fingers. That's kind of what I visualize myself. Removing the goop from all your muscles and organs and tissues. Just moving it right there on that arm. And then you can move towards your elbow and give it some love. You look ridiculous, but it's so transformative. And we can move on to the forearm. Think about all the blood that's gotta go from here straight up to here. Wow. Crazy, right? And then you have your wrists. The beautiful bones in the wrist. And the palm of your hand again. And the back of your palm. And then we could do the same thing we did on the right side, is give a nice set of breaths for each finger. So we'll start with the thumb on the left side. We're going to inhale into it. And then exhale. All of it out. Empty, empty, empty. Inhale with the pointing finger. And exhale. Middle finger. And exhale. Ring finger. Pinky finger. All right. So now you've done from just about here up, and notice how that part of your body feels compared to the part of your body that we have not given all of our unconditional focus to. And let's continue. So we're going to be kind of in this area right below the breast. And we're going to think about my favorite organ, the stomach. Your beautiful stomach. We could just kind of think about this general idea right here too, the whole tummy, the belly button, the dip in your hip. Not so much, we're not on the hips quite yet, but we're going to be thinking about the internal organs that seem to all reside in one place. Not that I'm an expert on the organs, but think about your stomach, think about your esophagus that goes all the way up here. It's real. So just think about it. And I have a lot of anxiety around the internal organs for some reason. They just gross me out. So if you're like me and certain things like that kind of make you a little squeamish, then this is a wonderful practice for you to just be able to acknowledge and accept the fact that they're there. So just think about your stomach. Think about your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, your gallbladder. Oh my God, why are there so many? All of them. Your little intestines, your big intestines, your bladder, your butt. Yeah, I said it. Really just think about them. Be like, thank you for serving your functions at 100%. And breathe into those. Each organ, each system. Have gratitude for them. And then when you feel kind of complete with doing that, with all of the internal organs, then you can move on back to the lower part of your back. Which is the beginning of the hips attaching to the spine. So let's think about our spine for a moment. It sort of starts right here in the lower mid part of your lower back. And it goes all the way up to your neck, to the top of your head. All the way up there. Really feel your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, traveling up your back. Crazy, right? Then let's move a little bit more over to the front again, and we're gonna focus on our sacral chakra area, sort of in the center of the hips. If you have a uterus, this is where your uterus resides. So it's a good organ to just really kind of give some energy to. So we're just going to sit there in that feeling, and a lot of feelings about your creative side and your sexuality can come up when you're putting time into this part of the body, sort of in the pelvic region. Just think about it and be like, hey, let's relax. All right. Now we're just going to think about the overall hips. Our beautiful hips. You could do the skin around it, or the bones. Such a complex part of the human body, and it retains a lot of old emotions that we don't deal with. Yeah. So just let that happen. Think about your bones. Think about the muscles in your hips. Nice, 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 nice. Circle around. Get it nice and cozy. Breathe into it. I feel like this is just a really, really important part of the body that just needs more love than we give. So just take some extra time to really let go of what needs to let go in your hips. Next, we have, let's start on the right side. We're going to go down the right leg. Kind of notice the space from where your hip and your leg connect. There's that bone, that joint right there, where they come together and create the upper thigh bone together. Just kind of feel into that energy of that part of the body. Filling it with either a white light or imagining an angel coming and just placing their hand on it. Whatever you want. You could see yourself doing it manually. Just cleansing out the energy. Becoming aware of what's there, not just bulldozing it and painting love and light on top of it. Really acknowledging it and noticing what comes up. Then when you feel like you got that, you can move a little bit further down from maybe the bottom half of the thigh and the knee. Really tapping into the energy field of it. Touching it really helps. This is what I would usually do when I do a whole body scan. I'm just moving my hand around and really noticing the sensation that not only appears in my leg, but like on my hand as I'm hovering above that area. Noticing the knee, saying thank you to the muscles, the big muscle. This is actually the biggest bone in your whole body, is your femur. So give your femur some love. I'm going to relocate my leg up here so that I can really give it some love. I'm going to think about the knee just a little bit more, the little happy knee. Just give it your thanks. Thank you. We're doing awesome. Then we can move on to the shin. The whole shin. You ever had your shin bones kicked? It's not that fun. So just move around that whole leg. The right shin and the nice muscle that supports it from the back. And we can move on over to the ankle. The ankle of the foot. There's such tiny bones in your wrists and ankles, but each one of them is so important for your overall stability and function. Yet we never give it any time, really. So just take one nice breath into the ankle. And then we can relocate to the feet. Yeah, think about your feet. I'm going to start with the sole of my feet right at the bottom. And just kind of noticing how ticklish they are. Starting at the bottom, kind of by the heel of the foot, I'm feeling. Just feeling the heel. Spend so much time on your feet, it's crazy. If you have a lot of calluses, you can just tell how much of your body needs to create thicker skin in order for it to do what it does on the daily. So just feel your feet, your bottom of your feet. They also store a lot of emotions, so if something just randomly comes up, don't just push it away or try to get it to go away. Acknowledge it. Give it what it is asking for. Attention. Move to the bottoms of the feetsies, right where that arch is. Should feel really good. Alright, then we can move to the top of the foot, kind of like right behind the ankle. There's kind of like that back part of the foot. Don't forget to give that part some love. You can't see what I'm doing with my feet, but they're like right here. And we'll move to the top of that foot. And we'll do the same thing that we did with our hands. We're going to take one nice, fulfilling deep breath for each of the toes. They deserve it, right? Inhale while we think about the right big toe. And exhale. Now, the toe right next to that one. Inhale. Now the toe next to that, the beautiful, I don't even know if it's the middle finger, middle toe. Did I just call it the finger? The middle toe. Inhale. Exhale. Then the next toe. We inhale. And exhale. Pinky toe. Inhale. And exhale. Wow. Never thought you'd spend so much time thinking about your toes, huh? Your own, at least. Alright, so there's that. Again, I like to kind of just compare and contrast how that whole leg feels compared to this leg. Like right now, this leg just feels dead. And this one feels like it has so much better circulation and just an overall presence to it. I don't know if that's just in my head. No, it's not. But yeah, so let's do the next thing. The last part of the body, the left leg. We'll start again like how we did on the right side, kind of directing our focus to kind of the hip, but also not the hip. The little joint that connects the hip to your left thigh leg, your femur. Right here. You're going to feel it. Relax it. You can kind of do the thing that I was talking about, like seeing the goop and just kind of massaging that goop out of that part of the body. Whoop. And you think about the thigh muscles, think about the bones in your thighs, the big femoral bone. We didn't really do our butt, did we? Booty cheeks. Let's do that for a brief moment before we go any lower. Think about your fine ass. Healthy muscle and fat. Hell yeah. That's some very interesting energy in there. Okay, and if you want, you can think about your genitals for a breath. I'm going to move forward onto the leg. Okay, so here we are. The left thigh. We can move on over to the knee. The left knee of your leg. Can't believe I missed the butt. I just went right past it. We don't think about that. We think about the knee. The left knee. And we'll move on up to do the shin bone. Place your hand on it if you like, or just visualize yourself doing that. Moving it down. Think about your precious shin bones and the fantastic muscle underneath that just helps you run and dance and jump and do all of these wonderful things. And then we'll focus on the ankle. Such a precious part of the body that most people overlook very, very often. Give it a little bit of love right now. Then we can relocate to the feet on the left side of your leg. Right on the sole of your feet. Place your hand on it, or just imagine yourself doing that, and you can give yourself a nice little massage. Or you can just place your hand on it. And for right now, let's think more about like the back heel area of the bottom foot. Moving it around, noticing how calloused your feet may be or not. Over the arch of the foot. And then when your foot comes back down in the front, and we'll give a little bit of attention to the back part of the foot, not quite where the heel is, but a little bit above that, from the point between where your ankle and your heel meet, just kind of in that back area. And then we can move on over to the top of the foot. Right on there. It should feel nice and warm now, and relaxed. Thinking about all the bones and the nerves and the ligaments, tendons in the feet and the hands. Okay. This is our last little bit. We're going to make it count. After this, I kind of wanted to do like a whole body thing where we give time to the skin, because it is an organ in the body and it's all over. So it's a good way to end things off. So first, we're going to think about the big toe. Big toe on the left foot. You can hold it in your hand, or just gently touch it, or don't touch it at all. And just take one big inhale. And exhale. On to the next toe. We inhale. And exhale. Next toe. Inhale. Exhale. And the next toe. Inhale. Exhale. Pinky. And exhale. All right. After you've kind of done the whole thing, I kind of just like to go like whoop and just start from the very beginning, but just kind of moving it all down, touching the top of your head, moving it down into your neck, making sure you got the scraps and just pushing it out. Yeah, making sure you got all the goop, the energetic goop. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes when you do that practice. And you just move it all down. Notice how you feel. Accept it. Be like, you know what? If I wasn't supposed to be feeling this, I would not be feeling it. It's easier said than done, I know. So we have that. I'm going to stand. I'm sitting on a chair at the moment, but for this part, I'm going to be standing. And you can do the same too if you feel like that supports you more right here, right now, because we're kind of just going to be thinking about the whole body all together. So your whole body should probably start feeling some intense sensations, especially after doing this. I just feel like it's a good way to seal this meditation off. So you're going to sit, close your eyes, and see your body, but only like the outline of it. Kind of like it's glowing almost, and that outline of your body is glowing, and that in essential is your skin, but we're going to just hold that picture in our mind as if our skin was literally the only thing that was us. And you'll start feeling some tingly sensations going on in your whole body. So just let it rise, see how intense it can really get. And I'm going to shut up now and just kind of give us a moment of silence to really just observe what just happened in the body, okay? I'll do one more breath. Cool. Awesome. This was lovely. I really enjoyed this. I love meditation so much. It's one of my favorite things in the entire world. So This is one of my favorite ones, I think. It's just so powerful, even though it's also pretty simple. But when you do it on the regular, you really start noticing a difference in your overall mind and body health. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, that was my kind of messy guided meditation on focusing the body, all the different parts of the body. This is a wonderful practice to cultivate in your personal life. Let me just tell you that. I do it more often. You don't have to do mine either. There are plenty of much better ones, I'm sure, out on YouTube. But I enjoy sharing it, so I just thought I would. So, thank you guys. I love you to freaking hell and back. And I can't wait to go live again, whenever that may be. Who knows? Maybe I'll do some food making or some crafty stuff. We'll see. I don't know. This was the morning Monday meditation that I've done for the second time, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Hope you got something out of this. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you did, comment something below. Okay, cool, awesome. Thank you guys so very, very, very much. You are literally awesome. I'll see you in a couple days, maybe, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe even later today. I might go live just doing some dumb shit, so we'll see. If you like this, you can follow me. Check out some of the other stuff that I do. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you. Love you. I'm gonna say goodbye now, so bye.